Okay, good afternoon. We'll start with the TV as usual, and Gary Cottrell. Gary?
Hello, Thomas.
Hi.
Long time no speak.
Absolutely. Missed you.
Can you give us the injury update, please?
Injury update.
Yeah.
Kova is out for the game. It's ligament injury, and hopefully not longer than 2 weeks. Hopefully. 2 weeks can be a long time for us in terms of games, so hopefully make it as soon as possible, but this is the kind of time frame. Callum Hudson-Odoi out for the game, Ben Chilwell out for the game, and some players in doubt which we need to be examining, but hopefully the rest is okay.
Do you have any kind of latest news in terms of when you might expect to see those two back, Callum Hudson-Odoi, maybe will we see Ben before the end of the season, or is it not worth it?
On the pitch, Premier League match? No, I don't think we will rush this in the end of the season. Ben will now be in the transition to join academy training with the youth, to have team training, but not on the physicality level like with us. So this will be his next steps in the next weeks, and hopefully he can join our training at the end of the season. This is the plan for him, but no matches on this kind of level. And then for Callum, it's a bit it's a bit like day by day. And still he's not possible to join team training.
Just one looking back at the weekend, and you said after the victory in the semi-final that you didn't have revenge on your mind in terms of the final against Liverpool. Mason Mount
said
differently. Is it good that the players feel like that?
Good. Yeah, good. If they, of course, we feel it. It was so close. It was not like last season or like 2 years ago. It was only some weeks ago that we lost in the same stadium in a pretty similar occasion. Now it's an even bigger cup and an even more traditional cup. Of course, it has these similarities, and of course it seems like you can come back. It's what it is about in sports. If you lost against the team in such a short notice, it feels like a little bit, hey, come on, let's turn things around pretty quickly. And then if you call it revenge or not revenge, that doesn't matter, but we all have this competitive feeling in us, is clear.
Similarly, I guess, in the league, you're probably not going to reach second now. Certainly no one there was a betting man would bet on you being second, and it looks like the teams competing for fourth don't even want fourth, because none of them are winning the games that matter, so they're not going to reach third for sure. So is that difficult to keep the players inspired in the league?
I'm a bit afraid that I don't maybe share your opinion about what's sure and what's not. It's not sure that we don't become second, and sure we don't become fourth. I'm not so sure about it as long the season is not finished, so we will fight hard. I think we have a crucial 4 matches coming in another short period of time, within 2 weeks, with Arsenal, West Ham, Man United and Everton, 2 home, 2 away. Crucial matches for us, for given the task where we want to be and what we want to achieve. So this is where the focus goes. I think it is. I agree with you. I think it's a big challenge in terms of physical challenge, but also mentally, to now dive in the next competition and in the main competition, Premier League. And given the fact that it seems like things are pretty safe, but things can turn so quickly with the schedule. So we want to play a physical game again tomorrow. We want to demand it again from the team, and it is. I accept it that it is very demanding and very challenging for everybody. But at the same time, it's just can repeat. It's what you sign up for when you sign up for Chelsea, and we demand special things because we want to be a special group, and we have the trust in the players that they can overcome again and compete with teams who are who are better, who have more days to prepare, who have less games in their legs, and still it's on us to push the standards and push the level.
2 weeks ago, Timo Werner was on the periphery of the starting lineup. Now you said that he's trained and played his way into your thinking in terms of the starting lineup. Could that be an inspiration for Romelu?
Anything, but I don't think that he really needs inspiration. What he needs is maybe that one moment, that one spark, and I told you that he would normally been maybe a natural starter in the game against Crystal Palace, from terms also of the amount of minutes that Kai Havertz played now and the amount of physicality that Kai gives into the matches recently. But after a period of injury, he lacks simply like this the stiffness and the fitness for matches, which is not like, I don't point the finger on him. It's just a fact, and maybe it's not even his fault. It's just like this, and it's in the crucial time of the season where you need to have a certain rhythm. And if you see our matches and compare the difference between Brentford, Real Madrid, and then Southampton, Real Madrid. In a short period of time, you see the huge amount of effort that we suddenly put in to become again a winning team, and this is what we need. And so it goes from there. And then, like I said, Romelu should have maybe had a goal against Real Madrid. He should have had one. It's a bit missing the luck, but it's an option that he starts. If he starts, we need all that he has physically. Maybe he cannot play 90 minutes, so just put everything out there in the first 60. Maybe it's an option.
And just finally from me, sorry, the twice weekly, sometimes 3 times weekly ownership update.
Yeah.
Any news for us?
From me? Absolutely not. I'm sorry.
Olivia, PLP.
Hi, Thomas.
Hey.
It's going to be the first time that, since everything happened at the club, that Chelsea will only be season ticket holders at the game tomorrow against Arsenal. You've mentioned atmosphere before. How important are those almost 25,000 fans going to be in terms of making it feel like Stamford Bridge is full?
Repeat it again, please. It's the first time that?
So season ticket holders
are in the stadium.
They're the only ones, because obviously a lot of those tickets were sold before everything happened, but now it's just going to be season ticket holders at Stamford Bridge.
So there'll be a reduction in the crowd.
There'll be a reduction. There won't be as many Chelsea fans there. So how important are them making noise going to be?
Well, that's not an advantage, of course, because we want to play home matches, and in general we want to play in front of a full stadium, and the game is for the spectators and supporters. So that's bad news. Actually, I was not aware of it. Actually, maybe someone told me and I forgot it. In the last days, it's also possible. So let's turn things around, and maybe everybody is aware of that. So everybody pushes a little bit more, because we lack quantity, but we should not lack quality of support. So I can only remind everybody of the match against Leicester last season after the Corona situation, where like it was the first time where spectators were allowed at the bridge, and it was like 15,000, and it felt like all the players said it felt like a full stadium. So hopefully we can be the spark to bring everybody into that kind of mood, to give a little bit more than normal.
I just want to ask about Trevor Chalobah. Had a brilliant season, but we haven't seen much of him recently.
Yeah.
What's that? Is there a reason behind that? Is it to do with injuries or?
No, it's hard decisions at the moment. Maybe he feels that these decisions are against him, but there are 4 other players. We had recently Reece James playing in this position in the back 3 because of his physicality, of his speed against key players on the left side from opponents. Trevor played a lot and played a very, very good season so far. He had a little bit of dip of form some weeks ago, and since many weeks he's back in full shape in training. I have to say, we had a talk recently that I cannot prove it in the moment, or I cannot prove it with minutes and game minutes, but he is exactly at the level where he was in the beginning of the season, which is impressive because he overcame this kind of period where things felt a bit more difficult for him, like during the winter period where he had some mistakes and was not so comfortable on the pitch, and so reliable like we were used to be, which is also very normal. But now he's back in full strength, and he needs to be patient. Now we have Thiago in shape. We have Andreas Christensen back from injury. Reece played on his position. So these are actually the reasons. Pretty normal for me. He's taking it very well. He trains, like I said, he trains excellent, and that's what we demand from him. And I think that he will see it with minutes in the next matches.
And just finally, you've spoken about Reece playing as that right centre-back.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was brilliant against Vinicius and against Wilfried Zaha. He was so brilliant as a right wing-back against Arsenal earlier in the season. It's a problem.
It's a problem.
Yes. So what do you do with Reece James, given he's so brilliant in both positions?
I think that, I think that the back three is a little bit less demanding physically, like in comparison to the wing-back position, and given the fact that he comes from a long injury and from a muscle injury, from a re-injury over so many weeks, it's a bit of an advantage to have him in the back three because it's less demanding physically. And this is anyway the next step. How many games can he play as a wingback? If he plays wingback during a season, reliable, like on a level where he's decisive, it's a bit less demanding physically in terms of accelerations, long accelerations and high speed on the back three. And that helps us to have him on the pitch for more minutes, and that's why he plays in there. He can play both positions brilliantly, and we only have him once, so we need to decide, but that's the reason at the moment.
Last question in the broadcast section, Nick.
So on Reece, it's a twofold question. Sorry. So on Reece, you think his best position is wing back, and I just wondered about Jorginho.
Not sure.
No, it's just so that you're still.
I love him in both positions. Okay. I have to say, it reminds, yeah.
And just on Jorginho, obviously, we know how tough you are on the players in matches, and they understand that. There was, you were sort of urging him on, having words. How do you see where he is at the moment? Because obviously he's had a few injury issues, hasn't he, in the season? He's played injured.
Yeah, he played injured. He sacrificed for the team, and I think you see it now, and you can never underestimate like how much like pressure is also on the player in the national team in a country like if you play for Italy where the demands are high, and after big success like winning the Euros, I think he really felt the pressure there. I think everybody in Italy for the national team felt the pressure, which is normal, and it's sometimes like after big success it's very, very difficult to keep on going. And he had also like he put a lot of responsibility naturally on his shoulders because he's never shy to do so. He is never shy to do it here, and that's why I love him. It's true I was like very hard on him during the match because he had some situations where I think he could do better, and he normally does better, but it's never personal between us. I love Georgie. I know that he knows it, and we see now that we overused him, and we see a bit. I have the feeling that we see the consequences of this huge amount of matches, and if he plays, he's always fully involved. He gives everything. He plays with a lot of effort, and he needs to be absolutely fresh to have the influence that he normally has. He is not on his mentally, physically not in the freshest moment at the minute, and that is not to blame on. He's not to blame for, but it's just like a fact how I analyze it. And he had some 2-3 situations where he could do better, but nothing personal and nothing that stands between us.
Okay, in the broadcast, cameras off, please.